Good morning, I'm Srikanth Verma, and I'm going to explain about the program of binary tree traversal. And this is the header file. And using namespace std, it is a standardization and input-output statements. And I've declared a class called struct tree, and I've initialized as int data and tree start left and tree start right. And I used different functions called void insert tree, that is a tree star and int, void display, a void in order tree star, void pre-order tree star, void post order tree star. And I've declared the garbage value as tree star root equal to null and start equal and start time. This is a garbage value. And int main, it is the main function of this program. And I've declared the variables as int e and int ch, and char x equal to y, here the value of x equal to y. And here I've used a do while loop, that is a do cout 1 for insertion, 2 for displaying, cnn. I've used switch case here to give the output. Case 1, enter the item to insert, scene key, and in the insert tree root key and it break statement. In case 2, cout a tree and it displays, and cout do you want to continue, scene x. And while statement as x equal to y or y, it says that x equal to y or not, and it again returns the value. And I've called a function called void insert tree, that is a tree start base and int item. That is if a base equal to null, says that temp equal to a new tree, and temp arrow data equal to item, temp arrow left equal to null, and temp arrow or right equal to null. That is root equal temp. Else if base arrow data equals item, here and the data goes into the item, and if the cout item already it exists. Else if base arrow data is greater than item, it says that if base arrow left is not equal to null, then insert tree base arrow left and item. Else temp equal to a new tree, temp arrow data equal to item, base arrow left equal to temp, temp arrow left equal to null, and temp arrow or right equal to null. Else if base arrow data is less than item, then if base arrow right is not equal to null, insert tree base arrow right and item. Else temp equal to new tree, then temp arrow data equal to item, and base arrow right equal to temp, and temp arrow left and right equal to null. And I've called another function called void display, and I've initialized that int ch, and if root equal to null, then it says that sorry, the tree is empty. Else how do you want to traverse the tree? That is 1 for in order, 2 for pre-order, and 3 for post order in a scene ch. I have used a switch case to give the output. That is in case 1 in order root and it breaks statement. In case 2 pre-order root and it breaks. In case 3 post order root breaks, and a default it says that cout wrong size. I have called another function called void in order, that is a tree start temp. If a temp is not equal to null, it says that in order temp arrow left, and cout temp arrow data, and in order temp arrow right. I've called another function called void pre-order, that is a tree start temp. If a temp is not equal to null, it says that temp arrow data, and a pre-order temp arrow left, and pre-order temp arrow right. Call on the function called void post order, and tree start temp. Here star gives the value of the tree. If temp is not equal to null, then post order of temp and left, cout, and then cout a temp value is given to the data. So now let's see the output. It says that 1 for insertion and 2 for displaying. It is 1. Enter the item to insert. My item is 23. Do you want to continue? Yes. And 1. Enter the item to insert. My item is 35. Do you want to continue? Yes. And 1 for insert. Enter the item to insert. My item is 48. Do you want to continue? Yes. And 1. Enter the item for display. Item is 51. Do you want to continue? Yes. And one for insertion. Enter the item to insert. Item is 65. Do you want to continue? Yes. And one for insertion. Enter the item to display. That is 79. And do you want to continue? Yes. And two for displaying. The first one is in order, so that is 23, 35, 48, 51, 65, 17. That is in order. And for pre-order is 23, 35, 48, 51, 65, and 79. And yes. And for post order, that is 79, 65, 51, 48, 35, and 23. So thank you.